I liked the movie. I thought it was weird to be expected from this director.
Takes the ridiculousness of conspiracies and it says, "What if?" I didn't know he was in this movie, and then he
I
popped
didn't know
out. I was like,
either.
"Oh shit, it's Stavros!" I was so excited, and then he gets brutally messed up. I couldn't help but think of saving Silverman because
Because they're locked in the basement.
yes, because they kidnapped the girl, they're locked in the basement, and they're like dumb.
I don't like Terrifier. I don't think it's creative. I don't think it's entertaining. I think it's just gore for gore's sake, and there's no reason to it.
It was so
Yeah.
whack. The alien was just so not scary, and he moved around like a putty from Power Rangers. He was all like the diorama thing they kind of have of the Earth with the bubble over it.
Yeah.
That's kind of what flat Earthers actually think.
We're in a dome, like in The Simpsons.
Yes, that's what they believe. Real quick, everybody, before this episode starts, we just wanted to tell you guys from the bottom of our hearts that we love you guys, and we would really love it if you loved us too. That's a weird way to say that.
Yeah, that is weird. That's okay. We love you.
No, but for real, if you like this podcast and you want to support us, hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, give us a rating on Spotify or Apple Podcasts or what else are we on? Amazon. Do those things for us, and we would truly, truly appreciate it. Yeah. I think that's all. Yeah, that's all. So do that, please. Okay, bye. Thanks.
Cinema Rolls Podcast.
Welcome to the Cinema Rolls Podcast. Today, my brother and I will be discussing and reviewing Bugonia. It has a runtime of 1 hour and 58 minutes. It is rated R. It was directed by Yorgos Lanthimos. It was written by Will Tracy and Jang Joon-Hwan and stars Jesse Plemons, Aidan Delbis, and Emma Stone. Would you like to tell
Awesome.
them what it's about, Eric?
Yes. So it's about two conspiracy theorists, they're cousins, and they kidnap a CEO of a pharmaceutical company because they believe she is a alien.
Yeah, well said.
Yeah.
Well said. What'd you think of the movie?
I liked the movie. I thought it was good. Weird, as to be expected from this director. I feel like because like if you've seen his movies, you know it's going to be weird. So the twist at the end you kind of see coming because you kind of figure that's what it's going to be. Because it's not going to be like a normal movie, I guess. But yeah, so I kind of figured that was going to be the case. I don't want to ruin or spoil it this early on in the episode, but I still liked it, even though I knew how that pretty much was going to end. I thought the acting was great. And yeah, Emma Stone seems to like to work with this guy. This is her fifth film with him.
Wow.
So.
I actually don't know a lot about this director. I actually haven't seen any of his other movies, to be quite honest.
I've only seen Poor Things, but I've heard about how weird the other movies are. So,
yeah. I Poor Things looked interesting. I wanted to see it, just never got around to it. But yeah, I love this movie. It takes the ridiculousness of conspiracies and conspiracy theorists and the conspiracy theory, and it says, "What if?"
Yeah,
and I like that. I like that a lot. And it does so with absolute expertise, in my opinion. The film sets the scene in a very realistic setting and sticks you with the main character who ideology seems so outlandish and so against what we know, the audience, to be true, that we can't help but see him as a crazy person, right? He seems like just like an insane person. And then by giving him this sidekick character who's his cousin who is mentally handicapped, it just reinforces the idea that you would have to be. Like, you would have to be mentally handicapped to believe what this main character believes, or at bare minimum, even go along with what his plan is. And the way it pulls the audience back and forth between the idea of her being an alien or not being one, or him being right or him being absolutely batshit crazy, which, by the way, I will say, even though I don't know this guy very well, I figured out very early on that that's what was going to happen. Because that's the only way, to me, that's the only best way to write this movie would be
Right. Yeah.
that, you know? So, like, and I'm gonna spoil it early on because I feel like I have to. But so if you came here for no spoilers, this is your time to leave. But as soon as we figured out what his plan was, right, and why he was planning it, I leaned over at Natalie and was like, it's gonna be so crazy when she actually is an alien. And it does a really good job. I love movies that can do that can kind of play with the audience's intelligence and kind of pull them back and forth between one idea to the other, to the point where you now have the audience kind of questioning themselves. And I think it works like really well for this movie. The moment where she has that awesome monologue in the basement, at that point, it kind of feels like the audience is like, okay, this is the plot twist. She is an alien, right? Yeah. But then you get back to her office, and then it seems like it was all just a ploy, and she was just manipulating an emotionally unstable, crazy person so that she could escape.
Yeah.
Which, by the way, only works out because Emma Stone is such an amazing actor, right? It only works out as well as it works is because she plays that role so well, yo. She, like, her going from the basement scene to the office scene, and I'm not sure because you know they don't film it always in chronological order, right? So I'm not sure which scene got shot first, or you know if this was like kind of like the way the director wanted it to be, like we'll shoot this scene first before this scene or whatever, and it kind of helped her acting or not. But whatever they decided to do, like Emma Stone killed it, and it only works because she killed it. And then when she escapes the ambulance and starts running back to her office because she's trying to get back before the lunar eclipse. Yeah. That's finally when the audience's jaw is slowly starting to drop because the film's finally gonna take you to the place that you didn't think it was gonna take you. You know, It's awesome. I loved it. I think that's the only way the movie could have ended to make it like absolutely beautiful. I liked it a lot.
Yeah, that was good.
Yeah. You want to get into ratings?
Yes.
What would you rate this film, brother?
I'll give it an 8.5.
8.5. Nice.
Yeah.
Very nice. I'm going to go with a 9. Put 9 down. And by the way, audience, I'm very sorry if I'm blinking a lot. My eyes look red. It's not because I'm high or anything like that. My allergies, I have really bad allergies, and right now the season's changing, and it's been messing me up all day. I actually almost didn't even do this episode tonight, but it's like probably the only time we had to do it, so I'm just gonna suffer through it. So if I'm sniffling or doing this or rubbing my eye or whatever, that's why. Okay, I'm not on drugs. It's just allergies.
He's not an alien.
I'm not an alien. It's the bees. Okay, it's the pollen. It's the bees. But yeah, I gave it a 9. I think it's kind of a masterpiece. I love the what is the proper term? There's a terminology for this. It's like the color palette, but it's like you adjust the colors in the scene to kind of get the color palette that you want. You know what I'm talking about?
I mean, I know what you're saying, but I don't know the terminology you're looking
for it.
Yeah, I know there is.
Color grading. There you go. The color grading in this movie is very well done. They have a lot of warm lights in it, and they kind of really accentuate that warm light, and they kind of push it a little bit so that it gives it like a nice gold color, and that's just to really reinforce like the honey of the bees and stuff like that, you know, because there's a whole bee theme in it. Very cool, which is why I have the lighting I have right now.
I thought about doing the same, but my lighting's kind of weird. See, that's supposed to be yellow, but it's more green.
That does look a little green.
So, Yeah, we'll just stick with blue.
Blue works. Blue works. I didn't have any time to look up anything about this movie, because we just got out of the theater, both you and I, right?
Yeah. I did watch a couple interviews. Are you wanting to like do some fun facts? Is that what
Let's
you're
move into
saying?
some fun facts, brother.
Because I don't really have much, but there is one that I thought was interesting.
Give it to
There's
me.
an interview with Emma Stone,
Okay.
and apparently Yorgos really likes her mom, Krista, I guess is her name. I guess they let Krista see like some early edits, and Emma asked him about like a certain scene. He's like, "Oh, I don't know. What did Krista think?" And then Emma told him, "Was like, oh, she thinks you could do this or this." He's like, "Okay," and then he changed it. Like he changed it for her mom.
For her mom. That's awesome,
Yeah.
yo. Maybe Emma Stone's mom has a good eye, good taste, you know.
Maybe.
I also think Emma Stone was perfectly casted, even though I know they work with each other a lot, so I'm sure she would have been casted regardless. But she has the perfect like facial structure to be a potential alien, you know, especially with their head shaved like that and they're like bug eyes. I was like, I get it, yo.
That's another thing. When she shaved her head, she said she found like 5 moles she didn't know she had, and so the next day she had them removed.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Probably for the best, you know, linked to skin cancer. But another thing too is that like she's so well spoken, she's so articulate. Some of the pieces of dialogue she had in this movie were pretty crazy, and I got to give it to the writers, which is also Yorgos, right? But I think he wrote it with somebody else. Who did he write it with? Oh no, was it? He didn't write it at all. So it's the writers are Will Tracy and Jang Joon-Hwan. Kudos to them because some of those pieces of dialogue were pretty intense, and the verbiage and vocabulary in it was quite a lot, and to memorize those monologues. And Emma Stone, like I said, she killed it.
Yeah, she's great.
Bugonia is an adaptation inspired by the 2003 South Korean film. Korean films, I'm telling you, they're amazing. Save the Green Planet is what it's called. And initially, the original director, Jang Joon-Hwan, was set to helm the project. Whoa! So Jang Joon-Hwan wrote, or created Save the Green Planet, and then he wrote this movie, and he was supposed to direct it. Working with American screenwriter Will Tracy on the screenplay, due to health-related delays that prevented Jang Joon-Hwan continued involvement, CG Entertainment drawn to Yorgos. What's how do you pronounce his name? Yorgos Lanthimos. Distinctive
Yorgos is the first name.
Drawn to Yorgos, distinctive directional division appointed him to lead the project forward instead. Wow, that's awesome.
What did you say the name of the book was?
No, it's a film. It's a South Korean film called Save the Green Planet.
Save the Green Planet. I find that interesting because there's a book based on the film E.T. that's called The Book of the Green Planet, which is all about E.T.'s planet.
Oh, okay.
I'm sure it has no connection, but
but probably vastly different. Let's look into the Save the Green Planet movie real quick, though.
That sounds interesting.
Came out in 2003. Byung-gu, I think that's how you pronounce his name, believes that the world is on the verge of an alien invasion and sets out to save the world. Yeah, so it sounds very familiar. And it's directed by Jang Joon-Hwan and
sounds like Chicken Little. Well.
Yeah, a little bit. Actually, the picture for it looks a little Chicken Little-ish. I'm not gonna lie. I can totally see Chicken Little in that same poster. Oh, that's crazy. So, for a free Bugonia screening in Los Angeles, attendants could have entered for free, but only if they were bald or agreed to shave their head on site. Emma Stone said in an interview that it was her idea.
That would be her idea.
It would be her idea, yeah.
That's cool.
This is actually really cool, too. Yorgos asked the composer, sorry, let me try that again. He asked the composer, Jerskin Fendrix, to create the scores for Poor Things and Kinds of Kindness, by reading the scripts without seeing any footage of the films. But for this movie, Lanthimos did not provide the script for Fendrix and only gave him 4 words to work with: bees, basement, spaceship, and Emily Bald. That's it. That's all I gave him, which is pretty cool.
Emily's her real name, by the way.
And it works out. Emily's Emma Stone's real name?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I should change it to Emma.
Just stage name. I guess she went by Riley at first, but when people would call her Riley on set, she wouldn't respond to it, so she changed it to Emma.
Oh, interesting. Very interesting. We're learning some stuff today, people. The name of Michelle's company, the CEO, the bald main character, Emma Stone's character, Oxalith, could be interpreted as a meaning growth stone in Greek, the director's native language. That could be a reference to how Michelle initially came to Earth to inspire humanity's development, much like the monolith in 2001: A Space Odyssey.
Interesting.
Also, too, I will say, Yorgos, he's Greek director, and the cop in this movie is a Greek comedian named Stavros.
Yeah.
I loved seeing him. I didn't know he was in this movie, and then he popped out. I was like, "Oh shit, it's Stavros!" I was so excited, and then he gets brutally messed up. But
yeah,
yeah, but it was really cool seeing him in the movie.
Yeah, it was cool.
But all right, we can move on. I will say real quick, I was kind of pissed, Eric, because this movie is so like similar, almost like too similar to my short film that I've been writing for a minute now. Like I was so mad, and I told Natalie today. This is like the second thing that this has happened to me with like this year, where I've had this idea that I've been working with, and then it gets made before I can make it. And I told her, I was like, you know what, this is a sign, yo. I gotta quit my job. I gotta start making movies, because if I don't, someone's gonna make it before me, and it's gonna just make me go crazy. But let it be known, people. Let it be known. I started writing this fucking short film like 3 years ago. I have a regular person life, and I can't afford to just not work, and I don't have time to make these things.
Yeah.
So, yeah, it sucks.
Yeah.
But I think I'm still gonna make it anyways, though. I'm still gonna make it anyway. My approach is just a little bit different. I'm gonna be pissed when I make it, and people are gonna be like, "Oh, this seems a lot like Bugonia," and I'm gonna be like, "No, I wrote it before Bugonia even was a thing. I swear to God, I'm still gonna make it, and I'll I have a whole plan, people. I've been talking about my short films here and there on this podcast, and I've never actually got to work on them. I've been working on a lot, like multiple scripts for years now, and I think starting next year, I actually am implementing a plan so that I can start making them. So
awesome.
Eventually, at some point, I will be plugging them into this podcast, and you will see. You guys will get the scoop. But yeah, so I'm still gonna make it. My approach is a bit different, but it is pretty similar, and I'm kind of pissed about it. But
that sucks, but it happens.
Yeah. Like the whole last scene, Eric, where she actually teleports to the thing, and they have like a little discussion right before. That's my whole short film, pretty much. Only there's more dialogue about it, but yeah. Also, too, before we move into fun facts, I wanted to say some of the conspiracies that were mentioned in this movie are actual things, and the whole idea of what are the aliens and Andromedons?
I think they called them Andromedons.
I don't know if that's the actual term that they use, but there is you remember that show Ancient Aliens?
I haven't watched it, but I've heard about it, where people talk about it a lot.
There is a guy that was on that show pretty often.
It's not the aliens guy, is it?
Not him. It's Billy Carson. Billy Carson is his name. He was on Ancient Aliens a couple times, or all the time. I'm not sure. I didn't really watch that show, but I know he was on it. He has a whole theory, and it's not just his theory. I think this is like a well thought out theory amongst a lot of people that believe in aliens. The whole idea of them being part of Atlantis and all that stuff. Like pretty much that whole speech she gave, right? When she was pretty much saying that she was an alien. This is an actual that's an actual theory, an actual conspiracy theory that people believe in. Yeah, and then that they like progressed to like the human race or whatever, because there's a period of time and where humans just their intelligence shot up and no one understands why. And some people believe that it was aliens, which is why the whole show is aliens.
Obviously,
yeah. So, but I forget what race of aliens it is. I'm not super savvy with it.
Not the Martians.
It's not the Martian, but I think it is is it Andromedons? Something like that. Anunnaki. There we go. That's the alien race that he believes came to Earth. And
Anunnaki?
Yes, the Anunnaki. And it's supposedly written on the Mesopotamian tablets. I forget what those are called too. I wanted to look all this stuff up before the podcast, but I had no time. This isn't like stuff I believe in, so they
right. Like if you actually believe these conspiracies,
I would probably know them by heart, but like I don't, you know what I mean? I think they're just I guess they're just called Mesopotamian tablets, but they're clay tablets with a bunch of earliest known writings from humans on it, and it was developed by the Sumerians around 3500 to 3000 BCE. So a long time ago.
Very long time ago.
Yeah, it's like one of the oldest tablets known to man, and supposedly within those tablets it talks about the Anunnaki, and so that they believe that the Anunnaki came here a long time ago and helped progress humans and progress our intelligence and all that. And pretty much everything she says in that monologue in the basement is pretty much what Billy Carson believes, and I'm sure it's from other people believe too, but this is just the guy that I heard it from. So
yeah, no, I did recognize when she was talking that there was a lot of conspiracy theories that I have heard before, mentioned like TikToks and YouTube videos and stuff that I've seen around. So
yeah, there's some more stuff I could say about that, but I'll save it for final thoughts. Let's save it for final thoughts. But all right, let's move on to what do we move on to? Suggestions,
yes.
All right, I'm going to ask you if you have any suggestions for this movie, but I have a feeling that you're going to take my only suggestion. So what do you got for me, Eric?
I had two actually, and I'm forgetting the first one that I had. But the second one I thought of is At World's End.
At World's End, okay, yeah, that's a good one. That's a good one. Nice.
Alien invasion comedy, good stuff.
Yeah, right. Yeah, it's kind of like an unexpected alien movie. Yeah, but do you remember your other one, or you want me to go?
I can't remember it, so you go for it.
Okay, the whole time I was watching this movie, I couldn't help but think of Saving Silverman. I almost said Sarah Silverman. Saving Silverman.
Saving Silverman?
Yes, Saving Silverman. Because
they're locked in the basement?
Yes, because they kidnapped the girl, they're locked in the basement, and they're like dumb, yo. They're like you know. I guess I can't say that, huh?
Yeah, don't say that.
Bleep that out. Just bleep it out. Just bleep it out. But yeah, the whole time I was watching this movie, I couldn't help but think of Saving Silverman because the characters that kidnap the girl are just like really dumb characters. And
what's funny is they even kind of look like the characters.
Yeah, they do. That's what I'm saying. Like it was like the whole time I was watching the movie, I was thinking of Saving Silverman. That's why I thought you were gonna take it because I know you like that movie. So I was like, oh, Eric's probably thinking the same thing. Movie.
But yeah, only if they played some Neil Diamond.
Yeah, right. If they played Neil Diamond over and over, I'd be like, okay.
Although they played the trailer for that Neil Diamond cover band movie.
Oh, they did.
Before.
That's funny. There's a lot of synchronicities there. But yeah, if you guys haven't seen this movie, go watch it. It's so funny. It's a movie that came out in 2001.
Yeah,
it has Jack Black in it and Jason Biggs, and
Steve Zahn, Amanda P.
Yeah,
another Amanda.
Yeah, and it's funny. It's about this guy who has a girlfriend, and his friends don't like her, So they kidnap her, and I forget what the whole plot is. What their whole plan is. What is their whole plan to like? How? What's the point of kidnapping her? You
Well,
remember?
they wanted him to not date her anymore, and so they kidnapped her.
Yeah, I
And,
forget what the end goal was. Though I don't remember.
and I think they were waiting for him to like get over her so they could let her go.
Oh, like she pretend broke up with him or something, and then he would get over her, and
Yeah,
then okay, I think that was what it is. I think. Yeah, but it was really funny, and it does have a lot of similarities to Bugonia for some reason, even though there's no aliens.
no
Um,
aliens,
yeah,
just toxic relationships.
yeah, this is the only movie I could think of.
That's funny. No, I actually had a different like alien movie, and I can't remember what it was. But since we're doing this movie Bugonia, I would suggest Poor Things.
I do want to see that movie.
Same director, stars Emma Stone. Way different movie, but if you like this movie, if you like this director, and you haven't seen Poor Things, you should go watch Poor Things.
I'm gonna watch it. I'm gonna watch it because I haven't seen it.
Do it. It's weird.
And then I guess the other one I would suggest, and suggestion for everybody, is Save the Green Planet because that was the movie was kind of based off of, and it's directed by the person that wrote the Begonia. So I think I might check it out.
Yeah, I'll
Uh,
check that out for sure.
I think it might only help my script. I will say the monologue she gives in the basement, I'm gonna use as reference now for my script. Cool. You got any more
Cool.
suggestions, or should we move on?
No, let's move on.
Let's move on to the Bucket Pool movie.
Yep.
Cha? So last week we pulled out of Eric's chalice named Squidward, the Mind Flayer, and we pulled out a movie called All Hallows Eve. It was made in 2013. It's not rated, and it has a runtime of 1 hour and 23 minutes. And it's directed by Damien Leone. It's written by Damien Leone, and it stars Katie Maguire, Catherine A. Callahan, and Marie Mazer. What did you think about this movie, Eric?
Honestly, it was better than what I was expecting, but it's not that great, to be perfectly honest.
Fair.
Yeah, I mean, as you may know, if you watch our show, I don't like Terrifier. I don't think it's creative. I don't think it's entertaining. I think it's just gore for gore's sake, and there's no reason to it. But, to each their own. If you like Art the Clown and the Terrifier movies, cool. I think you may need to see a therapist, but maybe we all need to see a therapist, so that's okay. But yeah, not the worst movie. It's called All Hallows Eve. I don't know. I mean, it takes place on Halloween, but the like horror stories that are woven in aren't very Halloweeny. They're just
Yeah.
kind of scary.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Nice.
What do you think?
I was actually surprised by how much I didn't hate this movie. I was really dreading watching it because I was like, I haven't watched any Terrifier movies, so I have no real reason to not like it. But it just doesn't seem like my kind of movie. So I wasn't really excited to watch it. And the first, I like the concept of the whole finding a videotape that was put in your sack of candy, right? That's kind of cool. And then the whole anthology thing is cool. And then the first short was really cool. I really liked it. And I like all the use of practical effects in it. That was cool. And then the second one is where it fell short for me. The second short is so
the alien home invasion one.
Yeah, it was so whack. The main character was a bad actor, and the alien was just so not scary. And he moved around like a putty from Power Rangers. He was all like, I was like, bro, like you're killing me, dog. And the third one was pretty alright too. I just didn't like the annoying like shaky old vintage filter that was put over it. Like it's
Oh, yeah.
obviously a digitally shot short, but then they just put like a little like overlay over it to make it seem old.
Which is funny because like those obviously were like scratches that you would see on film, not
yeah,
on
yeah,
cassette tape.
yeah, exactly. So yeah, I thought that was annoying and dumb, but whatever. I got used to it eventually. But I was also too. I'm not sure if I'm thinking too deeply about this, Eric, but
Hmm.
I think this movie is actually pretty meta. Like the
Yeah.
like Art the clown, right? He makes art
Mhm.
out of like grotesque imagery, even to the point where he'll kill people and then he'll place their bodies or whatever, right? Even at
Yeah.
the end, right? He kills the kids and he places their heads in a certain way and then he writes art above it, right?
Yeah.
In the second one, the alien pulls off the sheet and art is literally a piece of art. You know what I mean? Art is
Yeah.
like a painting, you know?
Art is the art.
Right. So you know what I mean? And that's kind of, to me, I guess that's like kind of what horror films like are, like kind of like those like gory horror films. That's kind of all they are, right? Is you're taking like this like grotesque imagery and like things that are pretty like repulsive and not really fun to look at, but you're making art out of it, right?
Yeah.
And then he transcends the screen at the end, and he quite literally acknowledges that he's in a horror movie, by doing so. Even to the point where the fact where at the end he kind of like looks at the screen, right? He kind of looks out the screen, breaks the fourth wall, and
Yeah.
looks at you, right?
Yeah.
So I feel like there's like a very meta thing happening with art, and like maybe he's named art because he's like kind of quite literally symbolizing what horror films do or attempt to do, you know,
Yeah.
to create art out of grotesque imagery. But who knows? Maybe I'm giving the director and writer too much credit here. You know, maybe I'm thinking too deeply about this, but it does kind of make sense to me.
No, that makes sense.
And I actually did kind of understand the appeal a little bit of art while I was watching this, because even though he's doing like really fucked up stuff, he is like very silly and quirky. He is actually pretty entertaining to watch as he's doing this fucked up stuff. You know what I mean?
Hmm.
So I was like, you know what? I think I kind of get the appeal. I think I kind of get it.
Okay.
But I'll have to check out the Terrifier movies to really fully see if it's something I enjoy.
Yeah.
But
Well, from what I hear, I saw the first two, and I've been told that it doesn't make sense until the third one. And I'm like, if
okay.
it takes you that long to make sense of your story, there's something wrong.
Yeah, that's too long. That's too long. You're lucky you even got that far. Most films don't get past the first one. You know what I mean?
Yeah. But speaking of Terrifier, I just found this out. One of the actors from the first one is suing because
I did hear about this.
they didn't, or they haven't given her her money, because I guess to be in the film, she signed a contract that she would get, I want to say it
Royalties.
was 1%. Yeah, it would be royalties of all the films, all the Terrifier
Yeah.
films, which has made a bunch of money.
Mm.
And they haven't given her any. Also, she's saying that they kind of mistreated her when she was on set, and they like sprung it on her that she had to be topless, and they're taking pictures of her.
Dang.
So yeah, they're getting sued.
Yeah, I guess that's a good reason to get sued. Because
Yeah.
I was reading a little bit about it. I guess it is part of like the like Writers Guild and stuff like that. And the film, what is it called?
Hmm.
Whatever the film association is called, I forget. But you're legally bound by law to inform an actor when they have a scene like that, and because they didn't and just
Hmm.
sprung it on her, that's it goes against the rules.
It's I was assuming SAG
Yes,
AFTRA or
SAG.
whatever. Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, I did hear about that's crazy.
Yeah, but if she is telling the truth, I hope she gets her money.
Yeah, good for her.
Yeah. Yeah.
Agreed.
Yeah.
But all right. This was a brain ingestion, right?
Was that?
This is a movie Brandon suggested, right?
Yes, Brandon suggested this,
Thank you,
and he did
Brandon.
apologize.
Appreciate it.
He said that it was the movie he was least hoping he would pull.
Oh, okay. Well, I actually didn't. I didn't hate it. Actually, I gave it.
Yeah,
I gave it 3 stars on Letterboxd. So,
I
3 out
think
of
I,
5.
I think I liked
pretty
this
okay
more
movie.
than I liked the first Terrifier movie.
Okay.
It might be on
Yeah.
par with the second one. The second one does have a little bit more of an actual story. But yeah,
Also, everyone who's more familiar with art and Terrifier and stuff, let me know if I'm reaching at all with my theory, because I feel like I'm onto something. But I don't know this character very well. I could just be, you know, reaching at things and hoping that it means more than it actually does. But
all right.
all right, let's do the next bucket pull, Eric, and this time we'll pull out a Galactus. Yeah,
Galactus.
I love the bucket pull moments. I get so excited.
All right.
What are we gonna watch
Enemy.
next? Drum roll,
Let's see.
please.
The Thing?
What? John Carpenter?
Yeah, I'm assuming it is. I put in parentheses a number, but I don't understand it because it's not a year. It's 198.
Maybe you meant to put another number in there, because
I'm probably meant to put the year, but I don't know what year that's supposed to be.
I'm assuming it's the 1982 one, 198.
Yeah, I probably forgot the 2. That's what it is. 1982, The Thing.
Yeah. Hell yeah, that's the one I want to watch. So I've been
Have
wanting
you
to watch.
seen
I've never
The
seen it.
Thing?
I've never seen it.
Really?
Yeah,
It's good.
and people always tell me I have to watch it, and I'm like, I know, I want to. So I'm excited that this is the movie that we pulled.
I do think it's funny that we went to Galactus and we got a good horror movie.
Yeah, I know, right? That is pretty funny.
Thanks, Galactus.
I was just thinking that. Hell yeah, though. I'm really excited. I love the bucket pool thing. That was such a good idea, Eric.
Yeah, I like it too.
I think I get more excited for the bucket pool than I do the actual movie we're
Sometimes
reviewing.
I like the bucket pool movie more than the actual movie.
Me too. Me too.
Yeah.
All right, cool. Let's move on to what we've been watching.
I just finished the Monster, the Ed Gein story.
Oh, you did? Oh, we still have to watch it. We only watched the first episode. Is it good?
It's good. They obviously took a lot of liberties with this show. Yeah, the reason I finished it is because I keep seeing videos explaining like what Netflix got wrong.
Yeah.
And I kind of already know because I've heard the story before at other like true crime podcasts before the show came out. But what I like about it is that they show the different movies that were inspired by him and kind of like link it, although I don't think how they link it is actually accurate. So I think that's what people are like kind of upset by. But also they do kind of like in a way show Ed Gein as a good guy. Not really, but he does grotesque things.
They're trying to
like,
humanize him a bit more.
Yeah, they do. And at the end, like he goes. Like,
well, don't spoil it for me, Eric. Don't spoil it for me.
I don't know, but it's. I don't really like the way they ended it and the way it seems to like, we were ready to put him on a pedestal.
Oh, okay.
I don't like that.
That does seem to be the problem always with this monster thing that they have going on Netflix.
Yeah,
like they kind of did that with Dahmer a bit too. They didn't really put him on a pedestal, but like that's always a problem when it comes to anything serial killer related and stuff. Is that the serial killer always becomes way more famous than their victims, and I think it actually encourages more people to become serial killers because a lot of times they're people that want to be noticed and they're people that want to be seen and they want people that want to be famous and they're kind of just crazy people that won't do anything to become that. Which is also too sometimes why shootings happen. It's because people know it will get mass media on it and so it's like their weird way of becoming famous. Which is really fucking annoying, but yeah. So that's always the problem with these types of shows. And if they do glorify him more, then I think that's kind of fucked up because the way I see it, every piece of media about serial killers should be anti-serial killers, right? You should depict it in a way
Right.
where it's like, this sucks, this is bad, you shouldn't do this. Same way I feel about war movies, right? War movies should always be every war movie should be an anti-war movie.
Right.
But yeah, that sucks. I'll have to finish it so I can see what you're talking about.
Other than that, I haven't watched much. I told you I watched both Beetlejuice films with our niece the other day.
Nice.
Um,
Has Lolly seen both of them already? Was it just a rewatch for both of you
yeah,
guys?
yeah. I took her to see the second one in theaters because she loves Jenna Ortega,
Oh,
and
okay, yeah.
yeah, and I was like, well, I can't take you to see this without seeing the first one. So we did watch the first one last year as well. But I love Beetlejuice, always have.
Beetlejuice is good.
It's
Not a huge fan of the
a,
second one, but
yeah, it's a good movie. I do have issues with the second movie. Um, I think it could have been better. It should have been better. I think. I don't know.
yeah.
It feels like they were just going off nostalgia. Like it's going to make money,
Yeah. And
which sucks because it's such a good franchise.
that's my point when it comes to Tim Burton, Eric. I said this before on this podcast. Is I have a bone to pick with Tim Burton because he originally was like this really cool, like outsider weirdo, and he always depicted himself as such, right? He's always like, "Oh, I'm so different from all these other directors. I'm so weird," you know. and he would bag on people that were sellouts and like mainstream, right?
Hmm.
And now he's a total sellout, bro. Beetlejuice fucking sucked. He literally just made it just because he knew he'd make money off of it. I'm sure the studios approached him about it first, but he was like, "Yeah, I'll do it." You know,
Well, they've
ultimately.
been trying to do a second Beetlejuice since the first one because the first one was so successful, and their first idea of a sequel was Beetlejuice Goes Hawaiian, which obviously no one wanted,
Yeah,
and
no.
that's why it was never made. uh, yeah,
And then he throws his hot current girlfriend Monica Bellucci in it, and then it's like, but she's barely even in it. I don't even know why
she's
she's
barely
in
in it.
It's awesome. She's awesome character design, awesome character, and then she's barely in it. You know. And
I think
Monica Bellucci to me
if
is still super fine, so I was about it. But
I think if they left out the stuff with like the ghost that Jenna Ortega like kind of like had a thing with, and
yeah,
just focused on her character and like doing like underworld adventure, like buddy cop with Beetlejuice and Winona,
yeah,
that would have been a good film,
that'd been
right?
dope. Yeah, that'd been cool.
But
I
I don't
agree.
know. I feel like they put way too many characters in, and
Yeah,
you couldn't really get to know any of them.
yeah. Seemed like they had too many ideas. I think that's actually what
Yeah.
I was talking to Natalie about this today before the movie. We were talking about the new Captain America movie, and I was like, the problem with that one is I
Oh,
felt like they had too many ideas. They tried to make it all fit. And I was like, I feel like there's another movie that came out recently that was also like that. I think it was Beetlejuice.
yeah, it totally is. Like, because what's her face? Winona. Why can't I remember the character's name? Lydia.
Yeah, Lydia. Yeah,
Her like fiance. I hated him. He had no reason to be in the movie. And yeah, then Beetlejuice's ex, and then Jenna Ortega had that ghost that she was dealing with. It's like everyone had like something going on. I was like, it's too much.
yeah. It is way too much.
Yeah, and then the Maitlands weren't even in it.
Yeah, I know, right? But what else? You watch anything else? You watch the Harry Potter movies, right?
I mean, sort of. I had them playing while I was editing. I got through half of the Harry Potter films.
You hear that, people? Half of the Harry Potter films it took. That's how long it took Eric to edit the last episode. So you better fucking appreciate it, okay?
Yeah, and that was a short episode.
That was a short episode. Yeah. Imagine with the long ones. It's even
Yeah, I
more.
would have got through all of
Yeah.
them.
My turn.
Your turn.
I
What have you been watching?
actually watched. I wouldn't say quite a bit, but I actually watched more than I normally. Like last week, I was like, I don't watch anything. I have access to HBO Max anywhere I want. So at work, I've been logging into HBO Max and watching movies while I've been working, and I wanted to keep on this trend of horror since it's still October. There's a couple movies I put on there. Drag Me to Hell was a movie that I watched a long time ago when it came out when I was a
Sam
kid
Raimi.
in 2009. I saw it. I remember seeing it in theaters and coming out of the theater and being like, that movie fucking sucked. you know, and everyone always sings its praises, and I'm like, yo, I haven't watched it since then because I thought it sucked. Like, why would I watch a movie that I didn't fucking like? So lately, I've been seeing a lot of people on social media talking about how great it was, right? And I was like, you know what? Let me give Drag Me to Hell a second chance. Let me give it a second chance. And I rewatched it, and I was like, you know what? Good for me, little me, having good taste and having strong opinions. This movie was not that great, bro. This movie, I don't know what people are talking about. So
I don't know.
I rewatched it. I like Sam Raimi, right? He's originally a horror person, right? With Evil Dead. So you think he'd do horror well, which so you would expect this movie to be good. But and there are things I did like about it, but there are a lot of things I didn't like about it. The things you want to hear the things I loved about it first, or things I hated about it first? Sorry.
Whatever. I've never seen it, but I don't mind you talking about
You never seen it?
No.
What? I thought you watched it.
I remember when I saw the trailer, and I did like go in a few times when I was doing theater checks. I didn't think it looked great, so I never watched it.
Okay, fair. Okay, well, I'll tell you the things I liked about it. Movie feel no, actually, no. I'll just read it how I wrote it on Letterboxd. I'll just read it like that. The entire movie is like brightly lit, right? So like it's staged. You know how Spider-Man is lit. This movie's lit the same way, you know. So it's a horror movie, so it doesn't really. The color grading for me and the lighting and the cinematography weren't that great. Also, I don't think Sam Raimi does women characters well. Like all of his women characters are like dumb broads, yo. They're like stupid ladies that can't defend for themselves, and they're kind of assholes. And so his main character is like a dumb asshole throughout the whole movie, and yeah, it's really hard to root for her. It's kind of like she has it coming, you know. And maybe that's the point, but like it's like she's not the best actor, so I think that's also kind of what it was too for me.
Who was it?
Alison Lohman. Sorry, Alison Lohman.
That name sounds familiar.
She hasn't been in much else. But she was in, let's see, just Big Fish. She was in Big Fish. She plays a young Sandra Bloom. She's also in Beowulf.
Beowulf.
Yeah. But yeah, she hasn't really been in a lot of things that people would recognize her in. But yeah, but because it's like brightly lit and the character's poorly written, the movie comes off way more comical than it does scary. But the only thing I will say I loved about this movie was the practical effects. Right, there was some CG in it, and the CG in it was kind of bad, which also kind of made it also bad. But the practical effects were cool, and the set design is good. Like this was before everything was started to become CG and everything started to become green screen. So they're all real sets, and there's a set at the end where she's in the graveyard, and she's like digging up this grave. Awesome horror set design. Awesome scene, honestly. Probably best scene of the whole movie. Yeah, and then there's a part where a goat talks, and it's like animatronic and stuff, and it's really dumb. And there's a part where like people start floating in the air, and they're obviously on wires, and they kind of just look like Pinocchio, like
no strings.
Yeah. So the movie feels to me like more of a comedy than a horror, and Sam Raimi relies super heavily on his Dutch angles, and the score and the jump scares to make this movie even remotely scary. So I think this movie is still shit, to be quite honest. Sorry, people. I gave it another chance.
I still have yet to see it, but I like Sam Raimi. Met him. He's super nice.
Yeah.
Yeah.
How'd the exchange go? What's up?
I think I was getting a picture or something from someone else, and then I met up with my friends who were getting his signature, and I had given them my thing that I was wanting to get signed in case I didn't get there in time. But I got there like right when they were going up to him, he like shook all of our hands, and Uh, he said it was nice to meet us, and like I went and put my hand in my pocket, and he was like, "Oh, I can't take pictures." Like I wasn't gonna take a picture, Sam.
Please, no
But
autographs.
yeah.
That's funny.
Well, I guess he just wasn't allowed to take like table like selfies, like some
Oh,
celebrities do
okay.
at conventions.
Yeah,
Um, which is fine. Again, I wasn't gonna take a picture.
yeah.
But yeah, he signed my little frame from the Spider-Man film.
Oh, nice. That's super
Yeah.
cool. That's awesome. Um, yeah. Sorry, Sam Raimi. I like your Spider-Man movies and I like Evil Dead, but don't like this movie. Um, and then the other thing I watched at work this week was Cristine. You ever seen this movie, Eric?
Never seen Cristine.
The Killer Car movie by Stephen King. Um,
Who's in that movie?
It's I don't know if there's anybody you would notice, but it stars Keith Gordon, John Stockwell, Alexandra Paul, um, Harry Dean Stanton. Um, who else is in here? I don't know if there's anybody in here that you would recognize, to be honest.
No.
But it is directed by John Carpenter.
Nice.
Yeah, and so I think that's also a big part of the reason why it's good. Also, it's a Stephen King movie, and he helped write the script as well. Um, yeah, I actually liked this movie more than I like Drag Me. A movie about a killer car was better than Drag Me to Hell. Okay, this movie is actually very well done, and the special effects in it are very cool. And it's funny that we're talking about Sam Raimi and Spider Man. There's a whole thing in this movie that reminded me of Spider-Man 3, where so like he gets this new car and this car is kind of like haunted or whatever, it might be possessed or whatever the fuck. And the owner of it starts to kind of really change his whole persona. Like he starts off in the beginning of the movie like some dork, right? He's even getting bullied and stuff with the glasses and the tape and whatnot. And then when he gets his new car, he becomes like Joey Badass, and he has like he's wearing like cool jackets and like he has his hair all done and he has like eyeshadow on. He's like all like kind of like dark and mysterious and so it reminded me a lot of Spider-Man 3.
Yeah.
There was something else about this movie I wanted to say. Oh, and I thought it was also cool too. I'm not sure. I want to say Stephen King based this whole story off of an incident that he had because he got hit by a van. I don't know if you know about this. He got hit by a car. He was walking on. He goes on long walks. I guess it helps him with his writing. He goes on long walks, and one day when he was on his long walk, he got hit by a car.
It's crazy.
Yeah, I know. Car accident. Yeah, he was hit by a van while walking on the shoulder of a road in Lovell, Maine, sustaining severe injuries, including a broken leg, hip, and ribs, and collapsed lung and a head injury.
Wow.
But this happened in 1999, so I don't think this is what it was based off of. So I think I'm right about this. My assumption was that this was based off of James Dean's car. Have you heard about this, Eric?
No.
So James Dean died in a car accident, right?
Yeah.
And it is said that his car was haunted afterwards. And they said that everyone that owned the car afterwards had like really bad experiences in their life. And I forget where it is now. I think it would jump from owner to owner for a long, long time, and it was like in museums and shit. And I think eventually it started to get like pieced apart, and now it's kind of like no longer a full thing. But yeah, it's that car accident happened in 1955, which also makes sense because the movie's car was manufactured in 1954, I think, is what the movie says, and then it takes place 20 years later in 1974. But I thought it was really cool in this movie. They actually make a reference to James Dean because the character wears like that cool red jacket that he wears in Rebel Without a Cause. I think that's right. That movie, right? Rebel Without a Cause.
I think so.
Yeah. So, yeah, there's some cool references to James Dean. And then the other thing I watched was the first episode of Welcome to Derry.
I watched that too. Yeah.
Super cool, yo.
It was a good first episode.
I really liked it. I'm excited to see more.
I wasn't expecting it to end the way it did.
Me either, yo. I was like, damn, son, I thought this was our crew, yo. They just
Yeah, I did too. It's like who's going to be our characters in the
I know.
show?
I don't know. I was like, I thought these were our guys. Yeah, it's really good so far. I'm excited to see more.
Yeah.
I don't want to spoil it too much for people who haven't seen it.
Fair.
But I mean, I guess just based off our reaction, you can probably tell what's going to happen. But you guys should go watch this show. It's cool.
Watch the show.
You'll
float too.
Yeah. But all right, you want to move on to is there anything you're looking forward to as far as movies coming out?
Nothing that we haven't already stated.
Yeah. Same.
Yeah.
You want to just move on to final thoughts then?
Sure. Move on. Final thoughts.
Do you have any final thoughts about this movie?
Yeah. First, I wanted to say that I liked the cousin.
I know. I felt so bad for him.
I did too. I don't know if they ever said his name. I don't think I ever caught his.
Don.
Oh, yeah, it was Don.
Don, yeah.
It's Don. Yeah, I liked him.
Me too. Poor thing.
He was a nice guy, and he had a crazy cousin who turned out to be right, but
I know.
Still got him into some weird predicament.
Poor thing. I felt so bad for him.
Yeah. And yeah, like you had said earlier, when you first like think, oh, she is an alien, like you believe she is because the way she acted was completely different. Like she was so super like serious. And you're like, oh,
yeah,
she is an alien, right?
Yeah.
Like, yeah, and then the way that she was able to do that, and then go to back to her office, and you're like, oh wait, she is playing him. Like she is just like trying to like buy time until the cops get there or whatever. And so I like that, even though, like I said, I knew she was going to be an alien. I like that he was going back and forth and playing with the audience like that.
It was really cool. And it was fun to hear everyone's reactions. I heard people like whispering, like, "Oh, so she's an alien. She's not an alien." Like, you know, like, and people were like the parts where people were like, "Oh my God, Jesus Christ!" Like, "Oh my God!" Especially when he like blew up in the closet or whatever.
Yeah,
and came out.
Crazy.
Me and some other lady, we both said "Jesus Christ" at the same time.
Yeah, it was crazy.
Yeah.
Also liked that whenever it cut to when it was showing like the countdown to the lunar eclipse.
Yes.
That the Earth was getting flatter and flatter.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's something I wanted to talk about actually. I thought that was really cool because then it just kind of leans into that whole conspiracy thing.
Right.
And that's actually the little diorama thing they kind of have of the Earth with the bubble over it.
Yeah.
That's kind of what flat earthers actually think. Like actually believe that they believe there's a bubble. Right.
We're in a dome, like in The Simpsons?
Yes, that's what they believe. Because there's always like, and kind of like how he is in the movie too, where like you refute their ideas and be like, well, how do you explain the curvature of the Earth? How do you explain, like, you know, when the sun's moving and the shadows kind of move in like kind of a circular motion, whatever, right? Then, you know, how do you explain that? And then a lot of times they'll say it's because of this or because of that, and their whole idea for that is that there's a dome above us. I think they call it the bubble. I forget.
Okay.
But yeah. So that's what they believe, and when she popped it, right?
Yeah.
You would assume, I think one would assume it's like the atmosphere that she's popping, and everyone dies because the oxygen is no longer there. But everything's thriving, right? All the plants are still alive. All the animals are still alive, right? So I think the popping is just symbolic of killing us. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And that's something I also want to talk about, is I think some people might misinterpret this movie. They might think that the director and writers are saying like, oh, we should believe this conspiracy theorists, you know, we should maybe they're onto something, you know, maybe they're right, kind of thing, right? People might take it that way, and that way I think is actually way wrong, because if you watch the movie, I think some of the most comical points in the movie is when the director and writers have you believing that the alien thing or the conspiracy thing is true, right?
Yeah.
All those moments where like oh shit, it could be true. They're done so comically. They're done so ridiculously that it's making fun of it still. It's still saying that these concepts and ideas are ridiculous.
Yeah.
And the main point is more of an environmentalist point. And I think I actually wrote down something right here for this. I forget what I wrote, but yeah, if I had to guess, the movie's holding up a mirror to the human race and saying that we are our own worst enemy. And we are our own worst enemy because we are the way we are. We are emotionally charged beings that have shaped this world into what it is today because we can't help but shape it this way. That is just how we've been biologically engineered by evolution, and we will be the world's demise because of it. And without us, the world would probably thrive. And I think we had some proof of this when COVID happened and everybody was inside, and the world was kind of fixing itself a little bit because we weren't fucking it up. So I think that's really what this movie's about, and that was my whole theory and idea. I wrote that all down prior to just learning right now that this movie was based off of a movie called Save the Green Planet. So this movie is it's an environmentalist movie. It's not about conspiracy theories being right or wrong or whatever. It's about the planet and how we're fucking it up.
We are. And we're going to keep on doing it.
We will, yeah. We will. Unfortunately so. But yeah, and that's kind of what my whole short film's about too. Yeah. Also too, I like that the main character, he does seem like a very intelligent dude. Like he does seem like a very smart person. And I think it's interesting because some people, though they're really smart, they fall into these little holes of conspiracy. There's some people I've known that I consider to be very, very smart individuals that have fallen into conspiracies that I don't necessarily condone. But yeah, it kind of shows that even the best of us can fall into this kind of trap of psychosis, and it's I think the reason why is like sometimes this is what I've always said anyways. Everything's connected, right? Everything is connected. If you look hard enough, you can connect the dots, right? To anything. Anything connect to anything. And so if you start connecting one dot, you can connect it to another, and then you connect it to another. And then all these synchronicities start to add up, and you start to think that they add up for a reason. They add up because of a meaning. They add up because of some conspiracy. And it's a dangerous, slippery slope to go down. Yeah, it's sad when it happens to people. It does. I can say from experience that it does create individuals that think that they have to do certain things to save certain people or save the world. Even they get like these wild fantastical ideas and visions that they have to be the hero because nobody else sees the dots that are connected that they've connected. So yeah, it's and I like that this movie kind of shows that a little bit, because a lot of times people think the people that are falling into conspiracies are like people like Don, who are just really easily manipulated and can't really have a hard time telling right from wrong already. And it's not always those people. A lot of times it's people who are actually very intelligent and will just come up with any kind of idea or excuse to refute what is reality. Because sometimes I think having a greater meaning or a greater calling is actually more meaningful than just believing what is believed to be the truth, at least as we know it today. Yeah, so I thought that was very cool. I think this movie was very well written, very well done, very well directed. I think it's damn near a masterpiece if you ask me. I think it's pretty close. I think
Yeah, it was pretty good.
it's pretty fucking good. But all right, you have anything else, brother?
I don't think I do. I think that's all I have to say on Begonia, at least for now.
Yeah, same. I probably have more to say, to be honest. I probably keep talking, but I don't want to. um, but all right, y'all. Oh, actually, what are we watching next week, Eric? You want to let them know?
We are watching Predator Badlands. Right?
Yeah. Finger
Yeah.
guns. Predator Badlands. So there you have it. You know what we're watching. We're watching Predator Badlands, and we're watching The Thing. If you wanna go
Two
watch those,
alien movies.
yes. Um. So yeah, go watch those movies, and then you come back next week, and you can be part of the discussion and talk to us and comment and all that. Send in fan mail because we haven't gotten any fan mail in weeks, and it kind of makes me sad, yo, because I want to hear from y'all.
Send us fan mail. I want to hear from you.
Yeah, tell me whether or not I was wrong about Art being more meta than he might actually be.
Yeah, tell him why Drag Me to Hell is a great movie.
Yes. Why do you like Drag Me to Hell? Because apparently a lot of people fucking like this movie, and I don't get it.
I haven't seen it, so I couldn't tell you, but I do know people that love that movie.
Yeah. I don't.
Because Justin Long's in it. I like Justin Long.
I do like Justin Long. Yeah.
He's the Scream King.
He's good at playing the type of character that he plays in the movie.
Yeah.
But all right, y'all. Like, subscribe, do all those things. Go see Bugonia. It was really cool. I really liked it. I'm probably gonna watch it again because it was great. Before I let him go, should I tell you one more thing that I thought was cool about it, the movie?
Yeah.
The whole bee thing. The whole bee thing was cool because I feel like that's like the main topic as far as environmentalists and people that even care about environmentalism. They always talk about the bees, you know, and which is fair because they have a very, very important role in our ecosystem, and so I like that was kind of like the main thing that kind of our main character used as an excuse or justified his conspiracies a bit, you know.
Yeah. Because of the bees and the posters, I thought honey was going to be used in some way, and it never was.
Yeah.
But
I want to say there's more of a connection to the bees than I actually saw this time around. I probably have to watch it again, because I was struggling with my allergies when the movie first started, so I was like this. And
I wasn't struggling with allergies, but I had a pretty long day, so I actually was dozing off in the beginning of the movie.
Yeah. So and I want to say the beginning, the way it opens with the dialogue and everything, it probably connects a lot more to the movie than I expected it to. I guess I wasn't, you know,
Yeah.
I didn't jump into this movie expecting to like start connecting the dots right away, you know. So
Yeah.
So I think on the second watch there's probably more of a connection to bees and honey and stuff than you might actually would think. So
Yeah.
right, now I'll finally let them go. If you're done. Are you done?
All right.
All right. Bye everybody. Love you guys. Thanks for watching.